Hi. Um, I'm going to be looking at new number ones specifically, coming from Image and Marvel for March 2026. I'm not doing DC because I did a video yesterday, day before, whenever, where I was looking at the next level thing what they're doing in March. So I basically covered all the new number ones and the like landmark issues that are coming out in March from DC. So that's a separate video into itself. But I have got a sponsor for this one. I thought I'd jump on the bandwagon. My sponsor is alcohol. I've already had a practice run and it's going very well. So, with the help of my little friend in that little glass, let's have a look at the new number ones coming out from Marvel and um, um, Image. Okay, so first up, we have drum roll. That's not really a drum roll, is it? We've got annual X-Men annual Shadows of Tomorrow. Ooh. Another Marvel event for X-Men. So it says mutant imagination runs wild when an all-new mutant menace known as Creationist forces four artists to visualize monsters that tear through reality. The X-Men must survive an attack where imagination itself becomes the enemy. Now they have to stop the Creationist before his nightmare visions consume the world. Isn't Creationist that thing in American like homeschooling where they don't believe in dinosaurs? Ooh, are they fighting them? So it's an annual issue number one. Best show the cover on that. That's the cover. It's it's written and illustrated by Ryan Stegman and Steve Skroce. So they have and Sanford Green. So all my naysaying about Marvel, they've actually got top tier talent on the book there. I've never seen Ryan Stegman write something, so I don't know what the writing will be like, but the art will definitely be good. But I think it's going to be $5.99 or something like that, or $4. They've not got the prices yet for the Marvel ones, but it's only 32 pages and it's meant to be an annual, so that means it'll be about 24 pages. This is why I really am thinking why I do love DC so much this past year. DC's annuals have all been at least 40 pages of story. I don't get it. It's like Marvel wants to lose readers, but they won't because Marvel heads are loyal even when it's shit. And I don't get that mentality. When DC was shit, I dropped a load of titles. I honestly don't get that mentality. If a title's rubbish, try something else. Speak with your wallet, and then the company will think, "Oh, we're fucking up here. Let's, do something. Oh God, let's make something a bit more. You know what I'm trying to say. Yeah, whatever. Next up, keep it professional. Is uh-huh. Don't think it's ready. Yeah. There's another Marvel one, another X-Men one. Oh, aren't you lucky? Because they don't. Why have less when you could have more? So I think this is just a mini series. There's a lot of mini series coming out from Marvel. It's an X-Men one. So Shadows Tomorrow again, and it's Moonstar from um, New Mutants, and they just become Valkyrie or something at one point. But it says death awaits Danny Moonstar when an ancient soul-sucking weapon is set loose. It's up to Danny to track it down, but the weapons. Just checking it's recording. But the weapon's deadly wielder won't make it easy for her. After recent tragedies, can Danny trust herself to save those closest to her? Or will her self-doubts lead to even more bloodshed? Like I said, I think it's a mini-series. It's written by Ashley Allen. Art is Eduardo Odino. Not got a clue who either of those are. I've never heard of them in my life. I don't know. Um, yeah, so don't know if it's. I think it is just a mini series. And I think the first issue is $4.99. It'll be $3.99 afterwards if it's like the other like lower tier mutant titles. But again, I've not got a clue who the people are who are working on it. And it's not like I've not been following Marvel, I do, but it's like they've run. Ah, did you just hire people for work experience because they don't want to spend money on people on talent? Apart from Jed McKay, I think at the moment the only big names they've got is Jed McKay, who became a big name while working on Marvel. Ryan North, who I'm not keen on, but I'm learning. I want to like him. Philip Kennedy Johnson and Chip Zdarsky, and Hickman when he wants to do a miniseries. But yes, it's like just four that they use. Oh, and Al Ewing, so five that they use. So I don't know what my point was, but let's have some medicine. Um, next, ooh, mm, mm. Next up is another Marvel one from the Star Wars branch of Marvel, and this is Star Wars: Shadow of Maul. So this is Darth Maul. I think it's just a mini series. Says, "Welcome to Janix, a neon-lit, shadow-soaked maze of a planet that lies beyond the reach of the Empire. Captain Brando Lawson is doing his best to navigate the law in a lawless territory. He's joined by his partner, a droid nicknamed Two Boots, as they face off against scheming crime bosses and as the looming threat of the Shadow Lord Maul nears." I tell you what, for a character that died within 20 minutes of the first batch of prequels, they've definitely got a lot of mileage out of him. So it's written by Benjamin Percy, good writer. Art is Madibek Muzabekov. Not got a clue. I think it's $4.99 for the first issue, and I think it's $3.99 afterwards. But a lot of the Star Wars fans on League of Comic Geeks, where I'm getting my stuff from, seem to be very excited about that. I'm not a Star Wars head, so I couldn't say one way or the other. I've tried a few times, just doesn't do anything for me. Don't know why I said it like that. Medicine. Um, so seems to be very Marvel heavy on this. This is the first. Oh yeah, this is the week releasing 4th of March. 4th of March. What I do want to point out, nothing to do with Marvel Image or anything, but there's a new comics magazine, as in the vein of Wizard, and this is called Comics with an exclamation mark. The magazine, $2.99, comes out on the 4th of March, and so we're finally getting a comics news magazine coming out again, and it's on $2.99, and it looks pretty cool, to be honest. So the first issue, of course, to make it sell, will be focused on the Absolute line, primarily Absolute Batman. So I'm definitely going to be getting that. I've missed getting a comics news magazine. I love my comics news magazines. I'm struggling for words. Um, but here we go. There's a image one called Narco. Narco. Is that Narco. It's by Doug Wagner and Daniel Hilliard, who've done quite a few things together. I think they've done like kind of like horror themed thrillers. Dave Stewart's doing the colouring. So this is a 5-issue series, $3.99. Says Marcus Westphal has a rare form of narcolepsy. When he gets excited, he passes out. He's adapted homebound life, harmless infatuation with the girl next door. But when he witnesses her murder and collapses, he becomes suspect number one. Now he must leave his apartment to pursue a killer. Looks good, but I think, oh, oh, fuck. I think I'll be back. Oh God. I think I'll be buying this in trade paperback. I've got to cut down. I'm getting way too many titles. So one good way to cut it down is not to get a lot of miniseries, no matter how tempting they look, and that looks really, really tempting. But I think that as they say, is that steal from the mint conditions catchphrase. And so for that week, now on to the 11th of March. So let's have a look. If you saw my video, which I do recommend because I think I'm brilliant, if you do look at the one about Next Level, and it shows you how exciting the month of March is for DC. And I've got to be honest, Marvel's not. It's about one or two comics where I'm like, ooh, that could be good, which we'll come to later, but it's just the same old, recycled, renumbered. For example, there's a new X-Men title called X-Men United, but it's by Eve Ewing, who did what would it was it the Exceptional X-Men or whatever. But so it's that under a new title. 32 pages, $4.99, and I think it's going to be $3.99 after that. So medicine. Really nice. Simfandel. Gallo, recommend. If to hear that, I'm happy to take a sponsorship. I'll be not greedy. I don't need money, but 5 crates will do. But yeah, it says welcome to Grey Matter Lane. Learn to survive the experience. Build a school. Charles Xavier told them. I could work on Jack and Ori, which used to be a kids' storytelling thing on BBC. You didn't need to know that. And the X-Men have done so, but in a manner nobody saw coming. Oh, welcome to Grey Matter Lane. Grey Matter. Oh my God. A place where mutants anywhere in the world can come together in unity to teach one another the skills needed for their survival. With the greatest of the X-Men as teachers and a campus unlike any before seen, it's the crossroads of the X universe as a student body from across the globe works to take mutant kind to the next step in their evolution and to cope with a brewing threat to all their number. That's not new. X-Men's always been in a school apart from Krakoa. It's not new. Marvel, it's not new. But anyway, there's the cover. I'm sure I'll buy the trade. I've got a soft spot for the X-Men, no matter how cringe and bad they get. And I'm pissed. And my lighting's terrible. And I think you won't be able to see that. I don't give a fuck. I really do not give a fuck. But hey, medicine. Okay, let's have a look. And that could be it for the week of the 11th for news. Oh, no. It's Marvel. They always have a shit ton of comics. So, another one. This one. Now, I'm just going to share this, but into my pull list. So I've been stretching out and trying a few Marvel titles, but with the next level coming out and just the new teams that are coming on some DC titles, I'm going to stop some of the new ones that started because DC's got better creative talent. So I was getting the cosmic stuff like Planet She-Hulk and Nova Centurion. I'm stopping them. I'll get them in trade. Reason being, I'm keeping on with the big names like Mortal Thor, and I will be getting Iron Man. I will be getting Daredevil. Spoiler for March. But it's too risky with the lower tier titles. They won't get past 10 issues. They will not get past 10 issues. If they do, it'll be a freak occurrence. The only I think comic that did do that, which was the lower tier title, was Moon Knight, and even now they keep relaunching it with a new #1. So yeah, I don't have faith in Marvel to carry on. So I've stopped those 2 titles. I just don't trust them for the lower tier titles. And this is one of what I would have got, but I'll trade weight like I will for those 2 now. And this is Imperial Guardians. It's by one of my favourite writers, Daniel Abnett. And it says Gamora, Captain Marvel, Amadeus Cho, Darkhawk, Cosmic Ghost Rider, 5 unlikely operatives recruited by Maximus of the Inhumans. Their mission: protect the delicate balance of New Galaxy. Not easy to say when you've been having medicine. New Galactic Union by any means necessary, and failure is not an option. Expendable, demoniable, and disavowed. They are the Imperial Guardians, but can they do Maximus's dirty work and keep their consciences clean? Why has a Kree Grand Admiral gone rogue and attacked Hala? Isn't Hala Jewish bread? What's going on with Darkhawk's mind? What deluded fool thought Cosmic Ghost Rider was a team player? Yes, what deluded fool? And most importantly, what kind of game is Maximus really playing? So the cover looks okay. Doesn't look too bad at all. I think it's going to be $4.99 for the first edition and $3.99 afterwards. Dan Abnett, artist is Marcelo Ferreira. Like I said, I'm really pleased to doing the cosmic stuff, but I have no faith in Marvel. So for that reason, I will trade weight for those because I don't think it'll get past issues 10 for any of them, unfortunately. Don't want to be doom and gloom, but they've proved this for the past 5 years. They just don't trust their own titles, which I don't get. I don't understand. Let's have a look. Yeah. There's another Marvel one, and this one I kind of went, wait a minute. You get what I mean in a minute. So it's a Red Band comic. Don't like Red Band. Just call them Max, Marvel Max. Fuck off with your fucking bags. I hate bloody polybags on comics. So that'd stop me from buying. Anyway, I wanted to get the Punisher comic, but it's bagged. No, I'll get a trade. Medicine. Well, Red Band comic, but Alias. So Brian Michael Bendis' comic character, what he created for Marvel Max, Alias. Jessica Jones alias. David Mack's doing the covers. So it says a series of grisly murders in Hell's Kitchen pulls Jessica Jones into a mystery more sinister than she could ever have imagined. As the wife of Mayor Luke Cage, she'll have to tread carefully as she forms a dangerous alliance with Typhoid Mary to track down the killer. But as she delves deeper into Hell's Kitchen's dark underbelly, the evidence she finds presents more questions than answers. This is where I went, it's written by Sam Humphries, not Brian Michael Bendis. And artist Geraldo Borges. I like the character, I love the character, I love that David Mack's back on covers. Why couldn't they just got Brian Michael Bendis or Mark Andreyko or somebody like that who's been affiliated with the character? I don't get it. It just, yeah. So what could have been a potentially great comic is just now, yeah, shame. Shame. Because I do like Jessica Jones as a character, but some characters don't work well without the original writer on them. And unfortunately, that is the case with Alias, I think. The only person I think who could do this really well, there's two people who could do it well. Gail Simone, I think she did like a Jessica Jones mini, or Kelly Thompson. I'd buy it, I'd break my vow and I'd buy the Polybyte Red Band ones of it, whatever those two of them, because I think they're superb and we need more female writers doing top tier books. Feminism. Let's have a look. Medicine. Good job I'm not Russian, isn't it? Let's have a look. New Star. Oh no, that's Dark Horse. So ignore me. Don't want to expand. I just want to keep it slim and tied in just with the main titles. There's a new mini-series from Image, 5 issues, $3.99. Tigress Island. Again, I'll get this in trade. Mini-series premiere from Patrick Kindlon, Gehenna. So if you bought the Gehenna one, which is like a Hit Woman one, which I know Geeky Old Hog really enjoyed, and I think Comics Patrol did as well. And EPHK, who did a series called Harpy. Oh. It says a group of down on the luck actresses are kidnapped to an island prison run by a sadistic female warden. Working together is their only chance of escape, but trust issues abound. Action adventure inspired by exploitation films. Ridiculously fun, seriously sexy. Ooh. So I don't know. I do apologise. Yeah, 5 issues. It looks good. I'm definitely going to get a trade. I love the old. I love what do they call them? Grindhouse movies and black exploitation movies and kung fu movies from the 70s. So this is right in my wheelhouse. But like I said, I've just got to cut back, so I will get it in trade eventually. But the art, I have seen previously the art, and it looks really, really tasty. And I know it'll be right at Geeky Old Hog's wheelhouse. He does like a nice lady on a comic, and there's lots of nice ladies in the comic. So there we go. By the way, do subscribe. Not before. Subscribe to mine first because I people don't stick on my channel. It's a hate crime. I tell you, it's transphobia. I don't know why, but maybe it's because I swear. Medicine. But what was I saying? Oh yeah, do subscribe to some of my thread friends. So Comics Patrol, well worth a gander. Really, really good channel. Nice, really friendly atmosphere. Very honest, very genuine, and he does pick some nice titles as well. And then Geeky Old Hog, he's wrong about a lot of things. He's a Marvel zombie, so what can you expect? But he is right about a lot of the back issues and his love of people like Richard Corbin, Bernie Wrightson, etc. If you want to see somebody who's got a really, really good back issue collection, do check out Geeky Old Hog. And I do love it when he does his back issue hauls because anybody can do a review channel like I do, or like Comics Troll, or even Geeky Hog can do. But there's something magical about seeing somebody's back issues and what they mean to them, because you buy new titles because you've never tried the title before, but you buy back issues because a lot of them mean something to you, or it's the art or something like that. And it's always interesting to see what he's done. But that's the end of the advertisement for those two. They can fuck off now because I need the subscribers. They don't. They're doing very well. I'm not. Okay. End of advert. They better thank me for that. Next up, let's have a look. This is so meandering. I'm only on the 11th of March. Fuck me. No, don't. Um, some really nice facsimiles. There's the Marshall Rogers. I think there's a Marshall Rogers Detective Comics one that's coming out, so I might get that. I think I've got it already in a collection somewhere. But yeah, I love DC's facsimiles because they're on newsprints. I don't like how I want to get some of Marvels, but they do it on this. They do it glossy. No, it needs to be on newsprint. I was going to say something about DC then, but I've already done that, so ignore me. Right, we're now on the 18th, so we're getting there. Just one more week after this. 18th of March. Battle Beast is back with issue 7. So that's good. So there's been a bit of a, I think there's been about a 4-month gap, something like that. Oh, pardon me. Medicine. Ooh. Okay. Oh no, that's DC. And I've already talked about that. There's another Marvel one. Now this one, I don't know if I don't know if it's I don't know if it's ongoing or if it's a mini series. They're doing it because of it being Marvel. They're doing it with synergy, so it's going to tie in with the Marvel universe, cinematic universe. I do apologize. I'm going to look at this and cringe when I look at it tomorrow when I'm sober. So it's Wonder Man. Oh, and what's the cover? And it's by Jerry Duggan. He's an okay writer. The art, though, is fantastic. And I don't say that a lot about Marvel, but this is what they need, more top tier art on it. Mark Buckingham is doing the art. So I think I'll get the trade. I'll definitely get the trade because Jerry Duggan can be hit or miss for me, but Mark Buckingham, I love his artwork. And I've got a soft spot for Wonder Man, but you know what would make me so happy? Do an ongoing Wonder Man and Beast road trip comic. That would be fantastic. They were on my favourite Marvel double arts. They were like the precursor to Booster Gold and Blue Beetle. I am a Marvel head as well as a DC fan, Um, but they just don't cultivate the talents and also the intellectual properties like they should do. But yeah, that'd be fantastic. Could you imagine that with Cal Starks writing it and Steve Pugh on artwork? But they're doing a Vertigo title, so I'm still happy. So medicine. So lights, camera, superhero action. Simon Williams has had his ups and down. His ups and down. Downs. It's downs, not down. I don't. They need a proofreader. Sam Williams has had his ups and downs, not down. Mm. From being manipulated into villainy by the Enchantress, being one of the brightest stars in the Avengers. But just like Hollywood, no matter how low the lows, Simon keeps fighting the good fight. But what happens when the past finally catches up with him? Enter Randolph Chancellor, Simon's former cellmate, a true love letter to LA, as well as the history of Wonder Man. Mark Buckingham. I love, honestly, if Mark Buckingham did a Postman Pat comic, I would buy it. He's got such a clean, he's got such a wonderful, clean line to his artwork. If you've never read Fables, I mean, Bill Willingham can be a bit problematic. He's a very conservative writer politically, but the art by Mark Buckingham in that comic, oh my god, it's some of the nicest artwork in comics available. Anyway, I'm waffling again. Medicine. Cheers. Um, next up. Oh, there's another number one. This is a 4-issue series. Not got a fucking clue what the clue is. Not got a fucking clue what the price is. But it must be either $4.99. But because I think they're aiming this to be like a big title, it could be $5.99. But I bet it'll just be 32 pages. I'm not going to tell you this. I'm going to read the synopsis and I'll reveal who it is. It says, he's been an Avenger, a Dark Avenger, and the Thunderbolts. Now the Sentry is back, but so is the Void. A bold, high-stakes epic about Marvel's most dangerous hero, the Sentry, a man with the power of 1,000,000 exploding suns. Medicine. And the dark entity born from his own psyche, the Void. When the Void... When the Void... I don't know why I did it like shaky. When the Void... It's getting worse. When the Void resurfaces, threatening to unravel reality itself, the Sentry must battle not only cosmic forces and criminal empires. Why am I rocking? Fuck me. But medicine. Ooh, that's concerning. Um, when the Void resurfaces, threatening to unravel criminal empires, but the monster within, guest starring Reed Richards, Spider-Man, and the Kingpin. In a tale of impossible choices and devastating consequences, can the Sentry save everything when the cost might be everything he loves? Cover's quite good actually. You won't be able to tell on my crappy phone, but yeah, there we go. So it's Alex Maleev doing the cover, so great. Shame he's not doing the interior, but what is a cause for celebration? They've got the original creator of the Sentry writing it. So Paul Jenkins, who's not done a comic in fucking ages, is writing. He's a really good writer. If you've never read his Hellblazer, highly recommend it. Highly recommend his Inhumans run and the Sentry run before this. And Christian Rosado, not that familiar with his artwork. He's on the art. Like I said, 4 issues, not got a fucking clue what the price is. If this was DC, this would be a prestige. It would be an event. No Marvel, they'll just their idea of an event is to slap an extra few dollars on it, but make it normal page counts and still be on the same shitty, crappy paper. But it is a cause of celebration because Jenkins coming back on a Marvel comic is quite big news, and I think he's the only one who can do the Sentry well. I know Brian Michael Bendis used him in the Avengers. he didn't get his voice right, but Jenkins, the miniseries that launched essentially was so good. It's just a shame Jay Lee can't do the art on this one, but hey ho. Still, it is still really good news, and I think I will get the trade paperback when it comes out. So I do love Marvel a little bit still. When they do it right, I'll give them praise. I really will. Medicine. Right. Yeah. So, oh yes. So if you like things like the Oni um, EC line of comics, like the horror anthologies, then of Image has their version with Creepshow, and they're doing a new one called Super Creepshow, and it says Earth's mightiest superhero horror series assembles. The most star-studded superhero epic of the year begins with a pair of skin-crawling stories. First up, superhero comic icon Kieran Gillen and Rossi Gifford deliver a terrifying story that will have your spider sense tingling. Then Eisner award-winning creators Ryan North and Derek Charm make the case that super speed is the most horrific power of all. So that's unusual. They're doing like a superhero slant on a horror comic. So it could be a fun experiment. I've I got the first few issues of the Creep Show Volume 1 and I kind of dropped out. I think it was when it was like half digital and half physical. So I think we'll get the trades, and I might get that, but I might wait for the trade because if I've not got the others, it makes sense to get the trades of those first. But yeah, that looks really cool, and they've got some that's top tier talent on there, top tier. Um, yeah. Anyhow, yeah, everybody okay? What did you have for tea? Okay. Um, hmm, some more cool facsimiles, but wow. Right, medicine. Okay, so we're on the last week, 25th of March. I'm not going to explain. There's two like kind of like landmarkish ones that are coming out. So there's Amazing Spider-Man 25, but because it's not number one, I'm not going to go into it much. And then there's going to be Uncanny X-Men 25 as well. So two 25, 25th issues are coming out. Nearly whistled me. Yes. As I mentioned on DC, DC is doing the DC Marvel crossover Superman Spider-Man. That'll be out on March 25th, $7.99. One I'm looking forward to because I love the writer, I love the artist as well. It's pissed me off that it's going to be $5.99 for 32 pages for the first issue. But, oh, pardon me, I love the characters as well. So I will make an exception. So Daredevil's back. And this time it's got Stephanie Phillips writing it and Lee Garbett doing the art. Lee Garbett is a fantastic artist. He's a good writer as well. If you've never read Shadowcraft, I think it was, which was an Image one, do hunt that out and get the trade paper. Really, really good. But it says you can bury the bodies, but never the ghosts. Hell's Kitchen is full of secrets, but no secret stays buried for long. As a fearsome new supervillain named Omen has targeted Matt Murdock, it will be his alter ego Daredevil who takes the hits. So $5.99, 32 pages, fucking ripping us off. That's the cover. But I'm a mark for that creative team. I'm a mark for Daredevil when it's done right. Hated the Saladin Armored one. And there's a big Daredevil shaped hole in my heart. So I need it filling with that. So yeah, I'll be buying that. Oops, a daisy. 1 second. Hey. So yeah, I've just checked. That was the last number one from both companies. Medicine. Um, my takeaway from this month, DC, like I said, phenomenal month for March. DC's had a phenomenal year, so nothing new there. Image, there's a fun few new titles. Marvel, I wish they'd do more. They need to book up the promotion game. They need to book up the pricing as well. They need to look into doing different formats. Every other company does different formats apart from Marvel, and they need to book up the creative teams what they have. But they've got it right with Daredevil. My only caveat is I wish they'd have got a Kelly Thompson would have been a better writer for it, I think. But Stephanie Phillips is good, but that's just my prejudice because I think Kelly Thompson's one of the best writers of the past few years. So yeah, Marvel's kind of like a meh month for March, but really, really excited for Daredevil. He's he's a great character if he's handled by a great team, and it is a good team on there. And they're like mid-level celebrity status in the echelons of comic creators. They've not kind of like become a buzzword, either one of them. But I think if the editors let them do Daredevil how they want to do it without any crossovers, I've got a horrible feeling. I know that will cross over with Daredevil, with Punisher. It will do, but I hope it doesn't. I hope it just stays in its own lane. Um, yeah, if Marvel editors don't interfere, it'll be a fantastic run. It could be a legendary run like the Anna Shanti one. I'm pleased with female writers doing it. It needs a fresh voice. I think sometimes you get some of the best writers comics when comics, if it's a female character or a male character, it's written by somebody of opposite gender. So yeah, that'd be cool. But yeah, apart from that, there's nothing else. That's Sentry, like I said, that's a good one. But again, they should have done something special with that because that's quite a big thing that they've got on their hands. And they'll squander it. They'll squander it. Image, there's some fun ones there. The um, my screen. Oh, that was me pausing. Ignore me. I'm pissed. Medicine. Yeah, the Narco one from Image looks really cool. Again, I'll trade weight. And the Tigress Island looks fantastic. I love an exploitation comic, kind of like exploitation anything. Really cool, sexy. So yeah, so like I said, but March is definitely going to be DC's month. 2025 has been DC's year, and they're carrying on with, which is fantastic. But Marvel is getting better, but they've got a long way to go. And Image is just they're consistent, they're good. So yeah, so quite it's going to be quite a fun month. So let me know what you think, what titles you look forward to, and I shall see you soon. If I don't see you before Christmas, have an amazing Christmas or whatever you celebrate. Um, if you are alone at Christmas, I live alone. I have my daughter on the every second weekend. Obviously, I see my friends, I'll be seeing my family at Christmas, but I've got the whole few weeks off, so I'll be meeting up with friends a lot. But if you are alone, do message me on YouTube or on Threads, and I'll be happy to have a conversation with you because nobody should be alone at Christmas. Do look after yourself and look after your loved ones if you've got them. And yeah, have a really nice Christmas or have a really nice winter or solstice or whatever you celebrate. Bye.